Good morning, colleagues. I think we should officially start the meeting. Katlego, are you ready on your side?
Yes, Juliana, I am.
Okay. Please remember to do the recording.
Yes, it's
and
on.
is Hawelo in now? Hawelo?
I'm here, colleagues. I'm here.
Thanks, Hawelo. We can officially start it. You can press the start the meeting, Katlego.
Done,
we are
Juliana.
2 minutes.
It's started.
All right, then. Let's just give them 5 minutes for everybody to just settle in and log in as we accept people that's in the lobby. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are just waiting for everybody to just settle in, and everybody that's still logging in, we are allowing them until 12:05, and we should commence with the program. Thank you. Okay, it's 5 minutes past the hour 12:00, and we can officially commence with our program. My name is Julian Kwao, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to today's Shoprite Supplier Development through our SETFA initiative of access to market. This initiative represents more than just a partnership. It's a shared commitment to building inclusive, sustainable value chain that empowers local producers, strengthens small enterprises, and open new doors to growth and opportunity. Through this collaboration, as SETFA, we aim to ensure that emerging suppliers not only gain access to the retail market, but also receive guidance, mentorship, and resources necessary to thrive within it. That's why I've got my colleague on the platform as well, Hauhelo Marubing, who will be taking us through what SETFA assists with to ensure that you meet the requirement of Shoprite. Together, we are shaping a future where local innovation, quality, and enterprise drive the success of our community and our economy. So thank you to everybody for being here. Please do make it an engaging session, and welcome officially. I'm going to hand over to Shoprite so that they can take us through their how to become a Shoprite supplier, the exclusions, as well as training and onboarding process. I've got Miss Tiffany Cupido on the line, who's our supplier development manager from Shoprite. Welcome, Tiffany, and over to you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tiffany Cupido. I manage the supplier development program for the Shoprite Group. Do you mind if I share my screen? I've got a presentation to share with everyone. Thank you so much.
Definitely, Tiffany, you can proceed.
Just with a thumbs up if everyone's happy and they can see the presentation. Okay, so thank you for joining today. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how Shoprite is running the Enterprise Development Program. And I see we've got a few hands up. Celeste.
Yes, Tiffany, we'll manage the hands for you.
Okay.
Please do proceed. If you do have something to say with regard to the sound, kindly do type any questions on the chat so that we allow our speaker to actually proceed. If you've got challenges, I think we've done testing on the sound. Also, if you can hear and we are audible on your side, please do a thumbs up so that we know where the challenge is with the sound. If you can clearly hear Tiffany, there we go. It means we are all on the same page. If you do, like I said, do type it on the chat. We've got the team that's ready to read all your questions. We will attend to it. Thank you. And while we are there as well, if you can also just type, when you introduce yourself on the chat, type the name of your province as well as the branch so that we are able to also take the data to our respective offices for additional support. Thank you. And you may proceed, Tiffany.
Thank you so much. Let's get started, everyone. So just an introduction on what an SMME is. It stands for small, medium, and micro-sized enterprise, and it's encompassing a range of businesses in South Africa. Small enterprises typically have between 10 and 50 employees, medium 50 to 200, and micro is fewer than 10. These businesses play a pivotal role in the economy, contributing to employment, innovation, and economic growth. Government policies often target SMMEs to promote entrepreneurship, job creation, and economic development. So all of you in the room, you obviously play a crucial role in our country. You contribute significantly to employment, innovation, the drivers of innovation and economic growth. And government policies and support programs are targeting you guys, you in the room, because you are the ones that are going to drive job creation and economic development within South Africa. So what does the Shoprite Group SMME program briefly entail? We've developed a program to assist smaller companies such as yourself with a route to market. Our aim with the program is to develop and educate entrepreneurs with the necessary skills to become retail ready. A lot of you are not in the retail space. Many of you are in markets, as an example. So you don't have the necessary expertise. Shoprite is saying, get on board with us. We'll hold your hand through the journey and get you retail ready. The Shoprite Group also works with a strong network of suppliers from startup to national to provide our customers with the best products they need and want. A lot of you have seen from a Shoprite Group perspective that our customers come first. We take pride in building long-term relationship with our suppliers. So SMMEs, you're in for a long journey with us. We're looking forward to starting new journeys. Shoprite is also dedicated to empowering and growing locally commercially viable SMMEs as part of our ongoing efforts to give small suppliers access to our consumer market. I'm looking for innovative, affordable from you entrepreneurs, and together we are able to grow the local economy, create jobs together. So what is the actual qualifying criteria for the Shoprite Enterprise Development Program? We actually have a threshold to fall under our small supplier program. Your annual turnover needs to be less than 5 million. The size of the company, 1 to 50 plus employees. We're going to need to see a business proposal, and we're also going to need the relevant food safety accreditations, a BEE certificate or affidavit. So how do you apply to become a Shoprite SMME? You simply log on to our website. I'll have the details later on in the slideshow presentation. And there is an application form that you complete under the small supplier section. Document validation will be done by our team. They diligently review and validate all the documents you've submitted, and a pre-screening interview will be conducted. Once that has been concluded, we have an introductory meeting between the supplier and the buyer so that the buyer can actually establish the size of your business, what is your capacity, what is the product you are going to offer or present to the group. We then generally ask for samples where we do our relevant quality checks. And if you are successful in this application, the detailed onboarding process will start. The supplier will receive a comprehensive guidance and support to seamlessly integrate their products into the Shoprite ecosystem. So briefly, what we look at when we onboard you, company registration documents, SARS, tax clearance certificate. Now, SMME is very important. You need to have a registered business. We've had several applications where suppliers do or entrepreneurs do have a really good business plan, but they actually don't have a registered business yet. That is your first and most important step. Step number 2, a lot of you will not be able to obtain your SARS tax clearance certificate because you fall below the threshold. That is fine. All we need then is a certified copy of your ID. Once you are SARS registered, you will then send that tax certificate onto Shoprite and we will load it onto our system. So the SARS or the tax clearance is not a must-have, but going through the process, you will need to get it in future. Now, obviously, banking details, we will need to pay you for the product we purchase. We also have you sign a payment indemnity to ensure that we are paying you into the right banking account. We then link you with a Shoprite food safety technologist who will then take you through what is required for your product category group and what certification is needed. I'm going to look into that a little bit in detail after this slide. We've got our standard terms and conditions. We ask you to draw up a dummy tax invoice, and then there's obviously trading terms and a supplier code of conduct. Now, none of these things you need to worry about. Your buyer will take you through every step of the way. These documentation or the documentation stipulated in the slide is only required if you are approved to be a Shoprite small supplier. But a registered company is a must, and the next must that we're going to get into is your food safety accreditation. So in terms of food safety, we've got different levels. So let's just have a look at identifying your product and risk level. So we've got 3 levels. We've got low, medium, and high. And then we've got product examples to just explain to everyone what products falls under which category. So let's have a look at low. We've got beans, rice, whole fruits, vegetables. And these are unprocessed or shelf-stable products. Those are low risk in terms of food safety. Medium risk would be frozen, raw meats, pre-cooked ingredients, and these are, in terms of a processing level, raw or partially processed. Our high risk product level would be ready-to-eat meals, deli meats, dairy, canned baby food, fermented dairy, high acid canned foods. These are processed foods ready for consumption. So this is your step one in terms of food safety, how to identify your risk level. This is very important. Shoprite does not compromise in terms of food safety. And the reason for that is our customer comes first. We want our customer to get the best product in our stores on shelf, whether it is an SMME or a large supplier. So here, step 2 is identifying your compliance category. And then step 3 would be identifying and obtaining the certifications needed. So I'm going to skip past these. What you would need if you are a low entry level, low risk supplier, you would need a COA from your local municipality. Right, so you need to get these certifications if you are a low level supplier. Medium SMMEs, COA and GMP small businesses. So you'll need to get all of these accreditations. If you do have products that are processed or fully processed, ready to eat meals, you would need your ISO, you would need your FSC, you would need your COA. And these accreditations are extremely important. Our food safety technologists are qualified. They assess all your certificates and they will issue you with a Shoprite food safety certificate. This one-pager is also available on our website. So if you feel that I've skipped something or you've missed one or two things that I've mentioned within the presentation, you may log on to our website and you can have a look at your food safety guidelines before applying to become a supplier. Right, so what are the buying processes? Let's assume you've presented a product range to the Shoprite Group. Your buyer has indicated that they are interested and they are happy to proceed with the listing. What are the next steps? Right, so as entrepreneurs, we are always thinking about what is next. So the first part is opening up the vendor account. That is with all your documentation relating to your business. And that information is required for our team to actually create the account within our system and open up the vendor in our SAP system. The next step would be article creation. The supplier is given article listing forms where they will then complete all the relevant information pertaining to the article that would be listed. So information on an article listing form is generally the width, the height, and the weight of the product, and what the actual till text and PI label would appear to the customer. So the grammage, the brand name, the variant, the flavor, and so forth. Once that is completed, it will be submitted back to the Shoprite Group where they will capture the data, load pricing, and they will begin the ranging of the article numbers to stores. So just an update, SMMEs are started in 2 to 5 stores. The reason why it is so small, and a lot of SMMEs always ask me this question. We start you off slowly to teach you the basics of retail. Now, holding your hand and determining what your capabilities are, we need to start you off small. We need you to understand the principles of our business. So we'd have you do your own merchandising to stores, your own deliveries, and with 2 to 5 stores, it is extremely manageable. So if you are doing your own deliveries, your own merchandising, looking after your product in our stores, the 2 to 5 stores within close proximity to where your a manufacturing facility is, makes the most sense. Then go live. You will have a meeting with your buyer. You will discuss the initial opening allocation, the amount of product that will be going into store, the delivery days, the lead time, setting you up on the B2B portal, which is Shoprite's portal for suppliers, where you are able to download your orders so that you can start your deliveries. Now, Shoprite is hands-on with holding your hand and equipping you with the knowledge that you need. So there is training available, training on how to download your orders, how to navigate your portal, how to pull your reports. And the training is available to every supplier every single week. So if you feel that you are not ready or you haven't received all the information you need, you just join the training session the following week. So what are the benefits and support from a Shoprite perspective to small suppliers? Most importantly is access to market. We do growth planning. So we'll slowly phase in more stores. We look at your capacity, what you can do, and we slowly grow your business. Slow growth is sustainable growth, right? We also facilitate working capital support with financing options like CredX. We assist you with packaging and labeling support, so you get a free label support review where someone from our compliance team has a once-off review on your product and they give you all the feedback necessary. If the font is too small, things that are missing from your label, we do that for you free of charge. In terms of marketing and branding assistance and support, we put you on our e-commerce platforms. We try to do in-store promotions, shelf talkers to assist you in the stores that you are in to get more traction in terms of customers purchasing the product. And then, like I've mentioned before, training and onboarding. So what is your buyer's role? You've heard me speak of a buyer in the previous slides. Your buyer plays a crucial role in your development and in your success. Buyers dealing with SMMEs, they should possess a range of skills to effectively navigate unique challenges and opportunities presented by smaller enterprises. By honing these skills, buyers can effectively engage with SMMEs, support their growth and development. They also foster a mutually beneficial partnership. So just looking at the qualities that our buyers have in the Shoprite Group, especially when it comes to SMMEs, we've mapped out what exactly you need from us. You need communication. That's the most important aspect. Clear, effective communication. You need adaptability to adjust and changing circumstances. You need problem solving. You need cultural sensitivity. You need risk management, and you need empathy. Right? For me, the two most important things on that 6 points is number 1 and number 6, and probably number 6. Because SMMEs face a lot of challenges. Just speaking from the group that we currently have, today you can deliver the orders, tomorrow might not be the same story. So there's a lot of understanding, a lot of empathy that we do have for small businesses. Challenges that you face as an SMME. So we have not overlooked the challenges you face, but let's look at the most common challenges from our SMME group that we have. Not having the necessary food safety accreditations. That's why I made a point of just taking you briefly through what is required in terms of food safety. labels are not compliant with regulatory standards. That's why we do a once-off label review with our compliance team to assist you with your label. You don't have distribution or merchandising services in place. This also feeds back to why we start you in 2 to 5 stores. This helps you fulfill that role instead of employing a merchandising and distribution company. And then minimal knowledge on invoicing, delivery, and statements. Our B2B team is right there to assist you. They provide training once a week. If you are not comfortable, they are more than happy to assist and guide you through the process until you are ready. None to minimal knowledge on trade terms and negotiations. Your buyer will prep you on how to negotiate and understand trading terms going forward so that when you do graduate from our enterprise development program, you can sit with the divisions or regional buyers, negotiate for advertising slots, space in stores. So your buyer will prepare you to get to that level. And then minimal knowledge on market trends and competitive pricing. There again, your buyer will teach you all the necessary information. So here's some of my SMMEs. I've chatted to you guys about being hands-on, doing your own merchandising, doing your own deliveries. There you can see they are in store, they're doing their own merchandising, they're doing their own tastings. So tastings are really important. This is just from a foods buying perspective. This helps you engage with the customer and win them over to purchase your product. Just looking at some exciting new listings that we have. Our buyers in the divisions also play a crucial role in the success of our SMME suppliers. So these are some of the new products that we've onboarded. I've given you a brief indication of where they are. SMMEs, if you are from anywhere other than the Western Cape and Gauteng, I'm very eager to meet you. We've got a ton of suppliers predominantly from the Western Cape and Gauteng, and I'd like to expand our reach across the country further. Let's have a look here. So this is one of our top performing vendors. The supplier's name is TMK Foods. They are a Durban-based family-owned business, and they produce dips and mezes. They were nominated for Supplier of the Year in 2023, and they've again been nominated in 2025. They started in 5 stores in Durban, and they've successfully rolled out into several Checker stores across Durban and the Western Cape. So I know it's daunting. You think 2 stores, how am I going to do it? This supplier is a perfect example of starting in 5 stores and now they are in 2 divisions. Right, so it can be done. There's a reason for the madness. Like I always say, we want to grow you sustainably. Here's another top performing vendor standing with our CEO, Jacob's Jam. So here's the nice story about my entrepreneurs. A lot of them are husband and wife. So this husband and wife duo, they are from Ceres in the Western Cape. They left their corporate jobs. They've decided to pack everything up, pursue their dreams, and they started their own jam business. Many of you might have seen them across social media platforms, magazines, newspapers. They were acknowledged as our SMME of the Year in 2023. Well done, Jacob's Jam. And that is from me. I think I've given you briefly more or less what we do. I don't know if the team is open for Q&A. I do have some food for thought before I leave you, but I thought if there's anything that is unclear, you're more than welcome to ask me.
Thank you, Tiffany. I think that was indeed a very insightful presentation, and I see that everybody enjoyed the success story, that they can actually compare their businesses with real MSMEs that are actually successfully supplying the Shoprite Group as well. So that was a
Definitely.
wonderful presentation indeed.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to
Thank
try
you
and
so
see if we
much.
can get a few questions on the platform with regard to your presentation.
Perfect.
However, just to remind everybody as well that we are going to have Hello, who's going to also take them through as to how we can support them as SEDFA to ensure that all the requirements that Tiffany has listed, we are able to actually fill those gaps through our mentorship, through our product testing and labeling, and ensuring that their product are actually ready for Shoprite as well. While we try and see how we can get the questions, let me just
Should
take
I pick some of the
number
questions
one.
at the bottom? So I see there's a
Yes.
few coming in. One of the questions that I saw popping up during the presentation was barcodes. The safest barcode and the best barcode is GS1 barcodes. Unfortunately, we do not assist with barcodes, but I'm sure the team will be able to assist you with contact details on where to obtain GS1 barcodes. One of the other questions, the questions are moving very fastly.
Yes, let's
Let's
do it
see.
like this. Tiffany, let me do it like this. I think I'm going to allow you maybe to go through the first 5 questions, and then we're also going to take just a few hands with regard to the presentation on generic questions that we'll be able to, because I see some of the questions are similar to what the other businesses are also asking. Yes, you can proceed and answer a few more from the chat, and then we'll take a few hands as well. Thanks, Tiffany.
Okay, one of the questions, is this only for food suppliers? It is not only for food suppliers. However, I manage groceries, foods buying for the Shoprite Group. So if you are a fruit and veg supplier, we do have our head of fresh mark that is available. We do have our head of meat market. So all our different departments, non-foods as well, are aware of the small supplier program. The reason why we generally speak and focus more on our groceries or food side is because it is the majority of our business. So that is why we focus or talk more about the food side. But if you are not in that sector, we have services available. We have head buys available that will take care of that needs. Let me see if I can find another one. How do we form part of the SMME development program? You will need to log onto the Shoprite Holdings website. I'll have it on my last slide once we conclude the questions and the answers. There's an application form for you to complete. You submit it, and one of the supply development coordinators will be in contact with you regarding next steps. Let me just see if I can do one more.
Yes, Tiffany, while you're looking there, I think the one that came up as well with regard to the similarity with the questions as well, they wanted to find out if you needed to have a manufacturing site in order for you to be able to be considered as a Shoprite supplier.
So Shoprite works with, so yes, Shoprite wants to work with entrepreneurs, small businesses, suppliers that are producing their own product. If you are outsourcing production, that is also fine. We do understand the challenges when it comes to obtaining your own facility. However, agents or resellers, we unfortunately do not list. So the reason for us not listing an agent or a reseller is I want to grow the owner of the brand. I want to work with the owner of the brand. I want to grow the owner of the brand. I want to expand their business, and I can't do that via an agent. So let's cut out the middleman And if it is your product and it's your idea, but you're outsourcing the manufacturing, still apply. It's not going to change the outcome of your application. We understand that obtaining a facility, especially with these types of food safety accreditations, is difficult. It's also extremely costly. So I hope I've answered that to the best of my ability, but still apply. We are welcoming all of the applications and we can take it from there.
All right. What we're going to do while on the questions and answer, I'm just going to start with number one quickly so that we also have somebody in the audience that has a question that they want to ask on the platform that might help the other participant as well.
Perfect.
I'm going to open LJ's mic so that we allow you to ask your question. LJ's, that's the name on the platform. Please proceed and ask your question.
Hi, LJ.
Okay,
I
I've
think we've
allowed your
lost
mic,
LJ.
Isaho. Yes, I've allowed your mic. Please proceed and ask the question. All right. I think because we've got a challenge with LJ there, I'm going to move to the second one with it, which is Dr. Sheila. If we are still struggling, what we will do is we'll just continue in answering the questions, a few questions on the platform. Like I said, most of the questions are grouped together, but we also have our colleague, Hello, who's going to cover a presentation that will talk to most of the questions that are on the platform. Tiffany, if you may, I think in terms of your contact details, that's what most of them have requested as well, that you share how to get, they want to know how to get hold of you with regard to the program. You did say at the end of your presentation, there is a website that they will be able to visit in order for them to either apply for the supplier development program or any other questions that they might have. Also, an additional one was they wanted just for a few seconds, if you can switch your video on so that they see who Tiffany is.
Perfect.
Thank you, Tiffany.
I will do that in 2 seconds. I'm going to fix my hair so I look good for everyone. I've got headphones on. I'm just going to switch on my camera. So I'm going to stop sharing. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Tiffany.
So
Very good.
that is who I am. Face to the name, face to the voice. I really enjoyed this presentation. I am looking forward to hearing from all of you. I'm super excited for some new blood in our Shoprite ecosystem when it comes to small suppliers. We are looking to grow and expand the group. We've got about just over 80 suppliers currently listed, and we've got 29 suppliers in progress to be listed. So they are in that documentation phase, getting their food safety ready. So I need all of you to get us to that 200 mark. I think we can do it. Feel free to contact me. I'm going to put the contact detail sheet on next after the Q&A. If you do want to contact me, I'm at the Cape Town home office and the coordinators are up in Joburg, but you can feel free to give me a ring. I'll pop the telephonic number in the chat. You can give me a ring if you just want to chat or find out some more information. Yes. So I think we can conclude if there isn't any other questions.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. I think let's do this. We're just going to take one. I'm going to allow Dr. Sheila to just ask the question. Dr. Sheila, your mic has been allowed. You just unmute
Oh.
yourself and proceed.
Thank you so much, Julian. And Tiffany, thank you so much.
Hi.
Really brilliant presentation.
Thank you so
The one
much.
question that probably every one of us within the 300 and something mark is actually asking is, what is it that takes a product to be selected amongst the ones that you would want to list with more than thousands of applications that you receive on a daily?
So for me, when looking, and I do look at almost all of the applications when it comes to our coordinator, innovation. I think that's the most important thing, and it's not another me too. We also need to put ourselves in the customer's shoes, and our mind needs to be half entrepreneur, half customer, because we are customers as well. When we are walking into the store, you see, I'm going to take water as an example. There are so many different water brands, right? You've got a more premium, a more well-priced water brand, but at the end of the day, it is water. So what is going to set you apart from your competitor on shelf? That is the question you need to ask yourself first. What is going to set me apart from my competitor within that category? And what makes me different? It's difficult because I look at the story as well, what you've done, what you've been through in terms of your business. And it's difficult when it is another me too, and I do not have capacity in store. So with categories that are oversaturated, to justify adding another me too. So it's a bit of a vague answer, but it is an answer to say innovation is what is going to set you apart from the competitor on shelf.
Okay, thank you so much. Please prepare your
you.
general bio, because I will be seeing you on the 10th of December. I'll be in Brackenfell visiting your neighbors
Okay.
at Food Lovers Market. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Tiffany.
I
Thank
look
you.
forward to it. Thank you. Keep
Thank
well.
you. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Mkhwedi. Just a last one here. Tiffany, if you still allow a few
Yes.
questions. Gift, I think we're going to go with Gift. I've opened up your mic. Please proceed and ask the question. Gift Matoba.
Yes, it's Gift Matupa from the Free State. Hi, Tiffany. I hope that.
Hello, how are you?
No, I'm well. At least I see that there are no products from Free State.
Nothing. I'm
Tiffany,
waiting for you.
I'm here now. So I was saying, I am part of the NPO, non-profit organization, and we have these food security programs that we are running. So we have, like, in the rural areas here in Free State, in Mangaung, we have villagers who are planting, we have villagers who are producing. So we even opted for making a match until I see this invitation to come and participate in this application thing. So one of the things that I've realized in your presentations is that there is lack of certification, which is true. So you as Shoprite, do you take us through, and what are the relevant things? I hear you saying that we must not be like suppliers or a middleman. But remember, we have a program that we are running as an NPO for food security, and people come voluntarily. So we saw that it is important that one of the things, if there's a surplus, then we can start selling and making income. So I wanted to check, as an NPO, can we represent those people? And yes, we have like your SARS, we have your registration, we only left with this food certificates. I think they're the ones that we just need to look into, the COA, your GMP, and so on. So I just needed to check that. And then the capacity. What do we, how much do you need so that we can qualify? Thank you very much.
Okay, so Gift, in terms of you wanting to supply and being an MPO, fabulous. I think it's a fantastic initiative that you are running within your community. Stems back to what Shoprite believes in and wants is job creation and building up the South African economy, right? So we're supporting local. Happy to look at your business proposal. I think you should contact me so we can have a deeper discussion as to what it is exactly that you do. But in terms of food safety, I would need to know, are you going to be selling fruit and vegetables? Is there an actual product that is created from the fruits and vegetables that's planted? What it is that you're actually creating for us to move forward. So I do think there's a deeper discussion. I need more detail and context to your business. But yes, you can apply as an MPO. And then yes, food safety will be required if there is a processed product. And if it is not a processed product and it's just fruit and vegetables, then you can obtain your certification from your local municipality, and you can apply to become a Shoprite supplier. In terms of capacity and volume of production, that you will need to have a discussion with your buyer or the buyer that's assigned to you to say, this is what we currently produce. This is the needs or the target of that area within the Shoprite community. And then you can work out numbers that will also determine the amount of stores if you are successful. So there is a bigger discussion with what your process or your company does, but we are welcoming you with open arms to come and apply to the Shoprite Group.
Thank you, Tiffany. I think I'm going to jump right over to Mpho Gaba. Mpho, I've opened your mic. You may proceed with your question. We're going to move from Mpho and move to Somaya, Mom to Mom SA. I've opened your mic. You may proceed with the question. I think, Mpho, there's challenges on your side. Somaya, please proceed.
Hi, Tiffany, and to all the attendees. Tiffany, thank you very much for a very informative session. Tiffany, I just want to find out quickly. So my business has been established for the last 12 years, and we are shelf ready, if I can say it like that. Our products are branded, they are barcoded, and we have currently supplied 3 and 4 brick and mortar stores in the last 12 years, just to kind of test it out and to see how our products look on the shelf. My question is, the biggest challenge for SMMEs in today's time is cash flow. Cash flow is a serious challenge when it comes to an SMME. So what would the payment terms be when it comes to Shoprite Holdings?
So it's a little bit of a confidential question.
Okay. Look, you can answer as much as you
I understand. Listen, for SMMEs, unfortunately, I can't share it. It's part of your trading term contract, which is a confidential legal agreement between us and the SMME.
Okay.
The trading term is the most confidential part of the agreement that you do with us. You cannot share it with anyone, but I will tell you when we created the policy and when I drew up the trading terms for the SMME group a couple of years ago. I did keep in mind that cash flow is really important and you do struggle with cash flow. So I'm going to tell you it's sharp.
Okay.
Super quick. You don't need to worry about cash flow. Shoprite is going to look after you when it comes to that. So we know that is one of the biggest challenges. And we say, listen, if we're going to do business with you and we're going all in, we're going to help you the best ways that we can. So we are going to pay you like super quick.
Okay. Now, look, I appreciate
that's as much as I can say. I can't share the payment period, but it is literally the fastest payment period that we have within our group. That's what I've managed to get for my small suppliers or any small supplier in the business. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you for your
thank you,
question.
Tiffany. Yes, I'm not sure if you are done with the questions or if you want to take, I see they just want to
We-
keep engaging with you.
They can.
Um,
I've got the time.
Let's try and engage so that we get everybody in. If you are supplying food, fresh produce, you will need relevant food safety certification, audit reports, and your premises must obviously undergo audit assessment as well. Just a reminder to everybody on the platform that we do have How Hello Maruping on the platform from SETFA, who's going to take you through how the SETFA then get you retail ready so that Tiffany ends up paying you on time as well, and that your products are actually on the Shoprite shelves. I'm going to proceed now. Mpo, do you want us to give it a try again? I've allowed your mic. If you can just unmute yourself and try and ask the question.
Hi, Mpo.
Okay, Mpo, I think it's the challenge on your side. We're going to move now to Cynthia James. I'm going to unmute and allow your mic. Please proceed with the question. Zendaya James. Just as a side note as well, if you've got your hand up, what I do is I allow the mic to be unmuted so that you are able to ask your question, but you still have to press the unmute button on your side so that you are audible when you ask your question. I'm going to move to Thabo Motsoeneng. Thabo Motsoeneng.
Hello, am I audible?
Hi. Yes, you are. How are you?
Good, thank you.
You've got four
Uh,
hands up.
You may
I think it's
proceed,
4
Thabo.
questions.
okay, just to say, it was a very good presentation, very informative, I can say. Né? So my question was, I can see how you're working. So I want to know, are you working with like already up and running enterprises only, or those who are still starting up? Because currently, I do have the business plan and everything, but I'm still currently gathering. Capital, for like building the facilities and stuff like that, which I need. Yeah? But currently, I'm running it at a very, very low percentage, I can say, very, very low production, whereby if I have to be supplying to a shop, it will be a very big struggle for me. So, yeah, that was my question.
I do think that you need to have your business up and running. I think it's beneficial for you. I'm not saying that I or the team won't engage with the conversation. A lot of startups give me a ring and ask me or say, this is what I'm doing, or this is my business plan or something that I want to do. I need advice before I actually commit and spend so much money into this business or take out a loan or get funding or get investors. I need someone from the retail space to tell me, is it worth it? Is it a good space to go into? Is it the right product range? If that is something that you need, we are more than happy to assist you with some advice. We've got the data. We can see what works, what doesn't work, which categories are growing, where there are opportunities. If you want something like that, then contact us. But in terms of onboarding and listing you as a supplier, we would need to have everything in order. The challenges is going to come in where our growth plan that we set up for you, if you can't fulfill the orders or meet the requirements that I set for you in terms of delivery, products, allocations to stores, that's when the problems start, because then it disrupts your growth plan and what we have planned for you in terms of phasing you into new stores, putting you on promotion within our stores. I think you all know about extra savings. We do something like that for SMMEs as well. So I think maybe if you need some advice, give us a call, or wait until you've got all your ducks in a row and then apply on the website.
Okay, thank you. Just a follow-up now. I just wanted to know, is this like this program like time-based whereby like soon the applications will be closed, or is it that ongoing thing so that whenever my time is ready, I
Ongoing.
can.
Ongoing
Okay.
forever. There's no time limit. No time limit open, but I would say that people do go on leave in December and January. So replies might be a little bit slower, but Shoprite never actually closes, right? So our offices never close. It is open right through. The only days that we are not in the office are public holidays. So yes, you can apply anytime. It doesn't close.
Thank you, Tiffany. Are we still good to go?
Yes, if you feel ready, I'm gonna follow your lead.
All right then. Thank you. Let me move to Itumeleng Boboi. Itumeleng, I have allowed your mic. Please proceed with your question.
Thank you very much, Ms. Stephanie. I just
Hi.
have one question on my side. My question is, firstly, my name is Itumeleng. I am a student, but I also have a side business, which is poultry farming. Yeah, I'm from Eastern Cape, East London, but where I came from is Gala. I have a business for poultry farming, which I recently started, but I think it's 6 months right now. So I'm looking for places to supply, like where I can supply my chickens. Can I get maybe any assistance with regards to that? Thank you very much.
I lost you a little bit. So your question is, where can you supply chicken?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll need to complete the online application. We do look at chicken within the grocery or foods buying section. So you'll just need to apply. You'll need to obviously tell us a little bit more about the business plan that you've drawn up. I know you are a student, so tell me, how are you funding the business? How are you don't have to give me detail, or you can just say self-funded or an investor, or I'm still working on it. How is your business set up? Do you have a registered business?
Yes, I do have a registered business. I recently registered it.
Okay, so beginning phases.
Yes.
And then you will need to make sure when you do apply that you get your manufacturing or clearance certificate in terms of premises acceptability from the municipality.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to ask one last question. Where can I apply? Like within, like I think it's my first time to join this kind
Okay.
of meeting, so I'm not familiar with the application forms and everything, like which have been maybe listed before. So I just want to ask which site should I consider so that I can take note.
Okay, so I'm gonna have it in the next slide, but we will also pop it into the chat. Ladies, just tell me where we can share something afterwards, perhaps with all of the contact details, whoever is in the meeting.
Okay.
Yes, we will arrange that as well. Thanks a lot, Tiffany.
Okay.
What I just also need to emphasize is with everybody on the platform, remember it's important as well to have your business advisors. So in other words, I would encourage everybody to visit their nearest SETFA branch, where they'll be taken through the journey of financial and non-financial support, where their businesses will be assessed from the beginning to ensure that they are ready for Shoprite. This will include your product being tested. This will also include to check whether you are adhering to the necessary food safety requirement and so forth, and obviously continuous training as well. So while we are there, I'm not sure, Tiffany, I'm just going to take the last two questions so that we can move to our next speaker. Before we forget as well, I think I'm going to allow as well your the details that you'd like to share so that everybody gets to see the information with regard to getting into Shoprite as well. I'm going to move now to the one on top of the list. It's Kifenze Maringa. Kifenze, I've allowed your mic. Please unmute yourself so that you can ask the question.
Hi everyone. Hi Tiffany. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Kefense. I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Well, thanks. Shoot with your question.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, is it only for food-based companies like SMMEs that are in the service business allowed to apply?
Can you give me a little bit more detail on the type of service or an example of a service?
Okay, so I have a promotions and brand activations company. So sometimes we do work with, sorry, your competitor. I don't know if I should mention their name.
The safe
So
space.
it's a safe. Okay, sometimes we work with Pick and Pay, and what they do, they will have leaflets distributions for their specials, new stores that they open around Gauteng or other provinces. So we have teams that do that, that distribute leaflets for them or do door-to-door leaflets distributions. So I wanted to find out if I am able to do that through the program.
Good question. You got me on my toes, and I do have heels on today. Um, I'm going to have to find out from our marketing team. I think this was probably the first. We've had service provider questions before, but not within the branded marketing space.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, just popping your details in the chat, and then I will reach out to you separately with an answer. But offhand, I would need to speak to our marketing department to see what we are doing with. So we obviously provide that service as well,
Yes.
but how we are doing it with whichever vendors we do have, and if there's a space perhaps in a smaller community or closer to where you are where we can have you fulfill that role would be obviously amazing. So I'm happy to find out for you. Just leave your details for me or send it separately. I'm sure the team will get it, and then I'll contact you with more information.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Tiffany. I see the hands just keeps coming and coming. I'll just hear direction from you with that regard. Are you still ready to take a few more?
They can ask away. We can take a few more. I've just got one thing, a little bit of food for thought, obviously, that I want to leave everyone with before we move on to the next section of things. So I think they have the opportunity now. Let the small businesses use it.
We hear that the opportunity is now in our hands as small business owners. So Shoprite is extending their hand and saying their shelves are indeed empty. Particularly, I think if I'm going to copy Tiffany's words there, she mentioned that outside the Western Cape and Gauteng, let's just try and go with your inland provinces. So Free State, I hope you are on the platform, Northern Cape, as well as your Northwest and so forth. So do get in touch with your nearest for branch so that they can get you ready for you to have your product on the Shoprite shelves as well. While I'm just going to move because Tiffany is feeling like answering most of your questions today. I've allowed Thoni Lefodi to proceed with the question. Thoni, over to you. Okay, we're going to move from Thoni. Let's move to Nomalanga Ngabinde. Nomalanga, are you ready with your question? You may
Good
proceed,
day.
Nomalanga.
Yes, we can. How are you?
Hi, well, thanks, and you?
Thanks. Tiffany, I am a farmer based
Okay.
in the Vaal. I just want to find out, when we say a supplier development program, so you select a supplier or you develop them, or do you want people who are ready to supply you, or how would it work?
In terms of what you are doing,
Yes.
either or, that would go to our Fresh Mark department or our head of Fresh Mark. Um, it's a beautiful and it's a different conversation to have. Much, I would say, to the complete opposite of a grocery conversation. If, for example, you have X amount of land and you have the resources and the capabilities to grow and farm a product that we particularly need within our business, that is a beautiful conversation to have. If you do have products that they could potentially use in one of the existing lines, where we do have a shortage and it's close to a particular region where you are based, that's also a great conversation to have. So I do think from a farming perspective, the door is slightly wider open in terms of what you can produce if you do have the capacity. Whereas with a grocery supplier, it's sort of, I've got this product, I'm here to present it. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Right? So apply, have the conversation. Unfortunately, the Freshmark offices are here, or the head office is here in Gauteng as well, in Cape Town, but everything is virtual. So I've got suppliers across the country. It doesn't affect our relationship. That's one thing I didn't mention in the presentation. The suppliers that we do have on board is based across South Africa, and we maintain an excellent relationship, whether it is telephonic, email, a little WhatsApp here and there. So the communication is sort of not broken just because you are not here where our home office is. And some do like flying down to Cape Town, which is also great.
Okay. Thank you so much. No, I'll certainly send you that email or that application, because I do have room for expansion. I've just recently built houses. So yes, I'm looking forward to being a supplier for Shoprite.
Brilliant, brilliant. Have a look at some of the stories. We do have a few stories on our Shoprite Holdings website about what we have done and partnered with farmers and the growth that they have had within our business. Have a look at that, think about it, and then send us your application.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Kifense Ringa. I think we're moving to Emily though. Emily, please do shoot away with your question.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Tiffany. My question is more similar to the other one, who's a service provider. I'm not a supplier, but I just want to find out what I'm doing. It's youth development skills. We train them in terms of sales and marketing, because everyone who's here on this platform, you will still need a salesperson, and you still need a person who will pack merchandising your brand, who knows the story, who knows what they are doing. I know there is a lot of merchandising company that are inside Shoprite company, but those are not like BE. I'm referring to myself. I'm a woman from FMCG industry for 25 years, and I know and I understand the Shoprite system. You need to zero the count in order to place orders. So the suppliers, they will still need a person like myself to drive their sales, to ensure that the stock is on shelf, your forward share drive, and the shelves are healthy, clean, we'll say hygiene, and then you're in terms of brand activation and and sales promotion, not a person who'll stand there and look beauty and do testing, not driving sales. You still need to tell me your targets, and do we reach your targets as well based on my skills and my experience. So I'm training the youth. I've got a youth on my group, WhatsApp group. We are training them and then placing them into the stores. Even Shoprite itself, let's say they need cashiers, I do have them. Your sales promoters, I do have them. How do the Shoprite and Checkers Group assist a person like myself who's working like that? Because I know your pick and sack is well recognized, is there in your store. Your small ends are there in your store. Your PFM are there in your store. But those people, I will say, the person like myself as a woman, black woman, empowering the youth to limit this crisis that we are facing in South Africa, where we have the youth that are sitting with no jobs. So this weekend, I was awarded by the state for assisting them with those kids. I've got an award, a Blazer award, and then I've got a award that I received in August as well. And then I've got the other one from your opposition, just to recognize me as a sales star award, because I can drive their sales. I can help them with sales. I can help you as a Shoprite and Checkers Group to identify the right candidates, your good cashiers that are well trained. You don't need to struggle with them, and the sales reps and your brand activations as well. How do you assist a person like me? I've got a profile, all the papers, I'm registered. The name of my company, it's Dilo Traditional Trade Development and Solutions.
Okay. Thank you so much. You do know your story. You've mentioned all of our or majority of the merchandises in store, so I don't doubt you.
Thank
I
you.
think send me a proposal. Send me the work that you actually do.
Thank you.
And let's see what we can do for you. You are actually putting me in a difficult position because earlier in my slides I said I like my SMMEs to merchandise and deliver to stores and do their own in-store promos. So you're making it a little bit difficult. So not for startups. Everyone that's a startup here, it's not for you. These MLE services would be for, I think, suppliers that are more to the end of their journey, or they have expanded into another division. For the startups, you will do your own deliveries, you will do your own merchandising until you are ready and you understand the processes within our business. Then you can look for someone like Emily.
Correct. Perfect.
Thank you, Emily. I look forward to your proposal.
Thank you so much. No, they don't do so. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. I'm based in Gauteng,
Thank you.
Centurion.
The engagement. Yes, engagement is really, it's a learning thing, because some of the questions that have already been asked, you'd find that somebody didn't really get clarity as you were doing as well. So I am enjoying this session as it opens up further into your presentation as well, but also allowing them to further understand what is important with regard to them getting into the Shoprite program. We're going to move to Caroline. Caroline Palisa.
After Caroline, I think we must go to Kekeletso. There are 18 hands up.
Okay. Let's move. Kekeletso is number 18 on the list. Yes, Caroline.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Well, thanks, and you?
Good, thanks. My question is more clothing base. I hear you speak about food and stuff, but do we ask creators of clothing, because Shoprite does have clothes? Do we qualify for this SME opportunity?
So, are you producing or manufacturing the clothing here in South Africa, or are you bringing it
Actually,
in? Sorry, come again?
I'm a fashion designer.
Okay, brilliant. No, so apply. You will be directed to our non-foods department. We've got dedicated clothing buyers that are working with Unique, that is doing the Unique clothing range, as well as in selected Checker stores we have clothing as well. So yours would be for non-foods. Apply to the website. I think it could potentially be a good opportunity for you. So yes, we do welcome clothing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's move over to Togo. Togo Pume. All right, we're going to move to Sia. I think Togo's question was already covered. Sia Tunungwa.
Thank you very much. Can we hear me? Am I
Yes,
audible?
hi Sia. Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. You know what? I joined this later, but I believe maybe you would send us the presentation. But Tiffany, you know, my company is as an aggregator. We've been appointed as an aggregator for a big project in the Eastern Cape. We are producing, as we speak, we are producing vegetables for a different number of retail shops. So we would like to be part of Shoprite Checkers. But can I maybe, because this is a big project that I'm talking about, and we've got everything in terms of the natural resources, the water and everything else. Even money, we do have money. There's a private company that is supporting us.
Brilliant.
So all what we need a takeoff from Shoprite Checkers to say what is it that we can produce for them, and we can sustain that because as an aggregator we've got a lot of specialists, you know, yeah. So maybe we need a separate meeting between myself and you, Tiffany, so that I can take you through what you are busy with. I'm talking presently, you know, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So Sia, yes, super open to having a discussion with you. Ultimately, it won't end up with me. It will end up with our Fresh Mark department. I represent the foods buying department on behalf of the company, but I can talk on behalf of the rest of the group. So you will be with our Fresh Mark department. Apply on the website. We can have our coordinator direct you to the head buyer of our Fresh Mark department, or alternatively, you can reach out to me. I am more than happy to link you up and sort of get the conversation going for you.
Oh, okay. To speed up things, Tiffany, can you please, after this meeting, maybe let me talk to your head, your buyer, you know, for vegetables, because from our side we are ready. We need to start as soon as possible.
Okay. Happy to do so. Happy to connect you with our Fresh Mark department, and then you can take it from there with him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sia.
Thanks, Tiffany. Tiffany, maybe if I can allow you to share your screen again with your contact
Yes.
information, because I see a lot of questions that are coming through. It's with regard to your contact details as well. May I just ask you to do that so that, yes.
My screen's visible. Okay. So everyone, if you do have any more questions and we haven't answered it, or if you still have a few topics that you need clarification on, please contact us. The website is right there. It's www.shopriteholdings.co.za, and you can send alternatively an email to est@shoprite.co.za. And I'm just going to, after the meeting, just leave our head office here in Cape Town's contact number. If there is something that you specifically would like to ask of me, the ESD mailbox is managed by our Enterprise Development Coordinator. She works with me. She will be able to answer any questions. If she cannot, she will obviously pass them on to me, and we will assist you as fast as we can. Just the image there on that slide. Matla Sedi is the business's name. The lady in the photo is Tato Poo, and she started this business off herself. And she's doing exceptionally well with us. So all the pictures you see of the individuals within the slideshow are all of my suppliers, all the suppliers within the group. So if you want to have that type of smile on your face like Tato, reach out to us, apply on the website. If you do have any questions, please feel free to contact us. And before I leave you, a little bit of food for thought. So this extract is from the Expert Hub. The gentleman in the picture's name is Joe, and Joe has said the following: consumers are looking to connect with brands they support, and for brands that have a story they can resonate with in some or other way. In response to this, entrepreneurs need to be socially responsible, not only in terms of giving back to their communities, but also in terms of the products they offer. Right, so Joe is the founder of Sneaker Lab, and he makes a range of eco-friendly sneaker cleaning products. And this is obviously green tag certified, and it's available in more than 60 countries across the globe. Right? So that's some words of wisdom from Joe. And that's the food for thought that I will leave with you all today. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all of the questions. I thoroughly enjoyed the interaction that we've had with one another. I look forward to all of your applications and possibly meeting many of you in the future. And that's from my side and from the Shoprite Group side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiffany. I think from me, I'd like to, if you can, share with us the presentation so that we can share it with everybody that was on the platform. But there's one important thing that I think everybody must also take from your presentation, that their product needs to be retail ready. This is in terms of packaging, labeling, and barcoding, and show how it adds unique value or support the local community. I think Tiffany made the example of water. How would you ensure that your water is different from the next water that's on the shelf? But most importantly, again, how do you continuously ensure that your product are not just sitting on the shelves, but they are actually moving, and you do in-store promotion and so forth. That's from me. Thank you so much, Tiffany. We're going to move to our next speaker. But before we do that, I see, Tiffany, there's an agent question that they just want you to actually answer with regard to pest control. If Shoprite does allow the pest control, how do they get into that space within the group?
Okay, also apply on the website. That's different. Also a different type of service department related application that will go more to our properties department. They deal with the leasing or possibly giving the contract to you from a pest control perspective. But they've got a different set of certification that they obviously require. I've only touched on food, but apply Once you apply, you'll have a unique reference number. Use that reference number when you do call into our divisional or head office here in Cape Town. And then you say you've applied to the small supplier program. You would like to just do a follow-up. And then we can navigate your application and pass it through to the relevant department.
Thank you, Tiffany. Can I just ask you to just take a slide back to the slide with the contact details? And I'm urging everybody to just take a picture of this information. Tiffany did say that the esd@shoprite.co.za email is received by her team. And if there's anything that you want to ask in addition, she'll be able to attend to those questions as well. So do please take a picture or a screen grab if you are attending from your cell phone so that you have this information, which is very important. Over to you, Hello.
Before that, I just want to say thank you so much to Seda. I really appreciate the invitation that you've sent on to us here at Shoprite. It's such an honor to speak in front of all of you. This is part of what I do every day, and I thoroughly enjoy it, knowing that you can make a difference in someone's life. And I will tell you that many, many years ago, there wasn't an SMME program, and there wasn't the type of setup and services available to entrepreneurs as they are today, especially said for now, having this type of open discussion with a big retailer. I take my hat off to you. You are equipping our entrepreneurs with the necessary skills for the future. So thank you so much.
We truly appreciate the opportunity that a retailer such as Shoprite Group is giving, and the platform such as this, where you are availing yourself as well to ensure that you give as much information as possible. I believe if it was up to me and you, we would have gone through the whole thing the whole day. So thank you so much for your time.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiffany. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Hello is a business advisor from Seda. He will be taking you through what would be the requirement in terms of ensuring that we provide the support as Seda to meet the Shoprite or any retailer for that matter, to ensure that you guys are able to get your product on the shelf. So please do take note. I do notice that we've got a participant from across the country. Seda offices are available in all 9 provinces alongside additional offices as well. So if you do need support, please do remember to visit your Seda branch. That will be able to guide you and provide a step-to-step approach on how you'll be supported. Over to you, Hello.
Good afternoon, colleagues, and thanks to Tiffany for the insightful presentation and from the participants for the engagement. I was even learning myself as I was listening. So my name is Khawela Maruping. I'm a business advisor from Seda, Lezolputswa. Our offices are based in Welkom in the Free State. I will be presenting our interventions and support. However, I won't go much into the financial support. I will limit myself to non-financial support. Am I audible?
Yes, Hello, please proceed. You are very audible. Your voice is coming out extremely clear.
Okay, no, thank you. I'm not gonna go through this, but for those who are not aware, SEDFA stands for Small Enterprise Development and Finance Agency. It is a merger between 3 agencies, which is the Seda, SEFA, and the CBDA. This merger was formally registered last year on the 1st of October. So we are now a state-owned company. And then I'm not gonna go through the mission, vision, and values. If you want to read along, you can visit our website at www.sedfa.org.za. Yes, these are our core businesses. Core business. I'm not gonna go through it. Yes, I will start here. Since when we are talking about access to markets, which is one of the challenges that we have identified that SMMEs, or rather MSMEs face. So another challenge would be compliance. We have identified that most of the companies that have potential to support retail markets, they have challenges with statutory and industry compliance. As Tiffany had alluded to, say there are some compliance requirements and certifications that you need. So I will touch on interventions that will address such challenges. And then the third challenge is product development. I think these three challenges are quite relevant to today's engagement. I don't know, I think my laptop is acting up. Okay, yes, just a brief of what happens when you visit Seda. Firstly, we have our four stages, which will be our business talk, business start, business build, and business grow. If I can make a scenario on this, we'd have a client that comes to the branch, any branch of SEDFA around South Africa, and then they would have an idea. So what we'll do is that we'll take them through all these processes from your ideation up until business scaling. That is through, continuous non-financial support. That is through consultation, advisory, referrals, and linkages. So I wouldn't want to waste more time on this. These documents are accessible on our online platforms. Yes, and then we have a list of programs that are meant to support SMMEs, or rather MSMEs, across our ecosystem. And the first one would be our enterprise coaching program. Even currently, we do have one in Lejolputswa. Since June, I'm not sure if Empretech is still available. And then I think it is, okay. I think the ones that are actually relevant to the engagement for today is your manufacturing supply program and your supplier development program. As we are engaging with different retailers and organizing such platforms, this falls under the supply development programs that we have. Right. And we have a variety of interventions. So I'm going to talk to the ones that relate to us today. Number one, I'm going to touch on business diagnosis, which is actually the foundation that we determine the client's needs and challenges. So what we mean by business diagnosis is that when you visit our branch, let me say you already have a product that you have been producing, and then we've been marketing through our, black economy or black market, and then now you want to actually scale up and then have access to retail stores. Obviously, we'd want to have a baseline of your product, check your business if it is compliant, check the capacity that your business has, check the experience and the skills of the business, owners and their employees, and then also check the financial capacity, because sometimes you would want to scale up, but the problem would be that you are not having financial muscle to do that. So with this diagnosis, we'll get an idea of the status of the business, and then we'll have, recommendations of interventions that we can implement in order for the business to reach where they want to reach. And then for a typical example, let's take a client that has been producing, let me say, fermented sorghum porridge, motoho ka Sesotho. So the client would have motoho producing it, motoho is doing it around, but now they want to get into formal markets like your Shoprite and others. So what we'll first do after business diagnosis, we'll try to assist the client with product accreditation, or let me say product development. That includes your quality, where we approach the SABS, as we have an agreement with them between SEDFA and SABS, so that we can ensure that the product that the client comes with, it meets the quality standards according to different SAN standards for that specific product. And then once that is done, we will then have another intervention. As you heard, Tiffany mentioned your labeling and packaging. It's quite important, because you cannot take an old bottle of Coca-Cola and then you pour your motoho in it, and then you go sell and expect that people will buy. So we actually do support again with packaging and labeling, where we would buy your packaging materials that meet the standard of whoever retail store that you would have identified, and then we'd also support you with the labeling. The labeling will be in accordance with the standards that the SABS would have set, and then we'll ensure that whoever is appointed to assist you with that as our service provider, they have the knowledge of the standards, and then they have a knowledge of your identified or your target market as retail stores. And then one of the things that we do is that we ensure that from what we get from SABS as your test report, we ensure that whoever is going to assist you with the labeling, they would label it accordingly using the nutritional analysis report, and also they would register a barcode for you, so that we use a barcode that is required by retail stores. I hear that they mentioned the GS1 as the standard barcode. Yes, we do support with that. And then also we have programs that are meant for businesses that are ready for market after getting support with SABS testing, and then also support with packaging and labeling. You might find that after that you would need to increase your production capacity. That is where the facilitation of access to finance comes in. We not only looking at our internal lending division, the previous CIFA, we also look at external stakeholders within the ecosystem that have access to support, that has the ability to support MSMEs with funding in terms of buying, machinery to upscale your production. And then obviously for that, you need your business plans, Obviously, for that, you need your management systems. Obviously, for that, you also need your financial systems. So those are basically some of the things that we do in order for us to support SMMEs to access, formal markets. And then we also have, want to check around here. We also have, yes, interventions such as, patent registration, which is your IP. In most cases, you'd find some of the requirements. I'm not sure if Tiffany mentioned that. I remember I was assisting one of our clients. So one of the requirements was trademark registration. They asked if their product has a trademark so that we don't get into legal, battles when the product is already on shelves and then someone comes and say, yep, they claim that that product is theirs. So yeah, that's one of the things that we do. And then also, obviously, throughout the process, we would provide mentorship and coaching, advisory and guidance throughout that client journey whilst we are still assisting you. And we won't let you be alone after assisting you to get access to markets. We'll also be there to advise you, to mentor you, to coach you so that your product does not end up getting off the shelves because you don't have that adequate support. Yes, want to check around here if there are some of the things that I didn't mention. Okay, we also do training. Training, especially when you talk about quality for those that are in the food products. We also do trainings for quality training, quality management systems. We also do trainings for your food safety trainings. And we also do quality support. We usually call it quality implementation. We don't only support you with getting your product tested, but if you have your facility that is in accordance to our requirements, if you have the capacity to produce to meet the demand of your buyer, and if your business is compliant when you come into statutory compliance. We do have that support where we assist you with quality implementation, where our quality specialist will come to your facility to evaluate your facility if it is in accordance with the ISO requirements. And if it is in accordance with the ISO requirements, then we'll implement that quality standard, and then you would be accredited, or let me rather say certified, as it is one of the requirements that Tiffany mentioned. And yeah, I think basically that is what we have for retail markets. And then for all the women that are in the platform here, please go through the Shoprite program. You can get it online and register for the Shoprite. It's only for women. You get your information on markets. You get your peers there as entrepreneurs that have been in the industry, So I think all women that are in business, it's important for them to register on this Shoprite because it also offers your international market opportunities. And then, yes, I think I've covered this throughout the process. This is our client journey when you visit the branch and up until we have assisted you or implemented an intervention. Ms. Ju, would you please add where you think maybe I didn't touch on? And then here is our contact for Lejole Putswa. And then these are our social media handles where you should, if you need any information about SEDFA, I'd advise you to go follow all these social media platforms so that you can get, information, updates on opportunities, and you are always on the know when it comes to opportunities that SEDFA has for you. And then thank you. If there are any questions, I'm more than welcome to ask. I'm here for questions, and then since Ju and some colleagues would assist with other answers there. Thank you.
Thank you, Khawelo. Indeed, that was really in detail. You did cover everything that's needed for us to get them to be ready for Shoprite. I think the one element of your presentation that really resonate with a lot of the participants on the platform, it's the fact that we do the business diagnostic assessment, which is a structured evaluation of their business to determine their current health, strength, weakness, and growth opportunity. But it's also going to help us to guide in terms of their product journey and in terms of the type of intervention that we're going to approach them on. Like you've mentioned, we are available across the 9 provinces. Each province has an office. So whether you are in the Free State, particularly, there are 5 districts in the Free State with Lejoli Putswa, Mangaung, as well as Karib, and Fezile Dabi and Thabo Mofutsanyana. That's where you will find us in the Free State. With regard to the others, do visit the SEDFA website, which will give you a detailed explanation of the different access point and branches across the different provinces as well. But with regard to the support, like Khawelo mentioned, our offices are open to ensure that we hold your hands on the client journey and ensure that you receive the support that you need to grow your business further. Before I hand over for the questions, is maybe Jenny on the platform?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, she is. She's going to do our closing remark, but I'm going to take just a few questions with regard to SEDFA before we do our closing remark so that we understand what SEDFA does. I'm going to start with Ashley Nade. Ashley, you may proceed with your question. We're going to move to Clifford. Clifford. Refilwe Kaba. Okay, I see Ashley. We've switched on. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
My apologies.
Yes.
I thought you were doing it. Okay. Am I correct in saying that from moving from Seda and Seda to Seda, that there's more of a business incubation, more of a business development, or you enhance that offering?
Actually, your question is unclear. I think it's the network on your side. I'm trying to just hear the question, but I'm struggling. If colleagues on the platform have heard what Ashley's question is, please do proceed and answer. But I was struggling to hear. Khawelo?
No, Siju, I think Ashley should rephrase her question or maybe try again because the network was very bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
My question is just, am I correct in assuming that from the transition from Seda and Seda to Seda, that there's a more of a business incubation, a more enhanced business development program for the entrepreneurs or small business? This is a question.
All right, no, got it. Mebuji, can you please assist with that? Ashley is asking if since the merger or the transition from SEDFA, from CFA, Seda, and CBDA to SEDFA, are we now more like going to offer a more advanced development as an incubator type of thing? Or how are we going to operate from now?
Okay, thank you, Ntate Ashley, for your question. Kindly note that Seda, CFA, and the CBDA are now SEDFA. We are still in transition in terms of getting our house in order in support of our MSMEs and cooperatives. However, we're still, focusing on the same programs that we were having before the merger. So meaning that all the programs that were offered at CFA branches can now be accessed in the former Seda branches. The support is there. We're just trying to get our house in order. Not every branch will have all the services, however, but they can refer you to the relevant person to support you. Incubation has always been one of the previous Seda's programs. However, the incubators are independent of the branches. So some of the incubators have their own programs. So, but currently we offer a basket of all services that can support you as an SMME if you visit our branches. But be aware that we are still in transition. So sometimes you will find a branch saying, let me call somebody to assist you, or let me call someone to give me more information around the service that you are trying to access. Thank you. I hope that is clear.
Thank you, Mebwiji. That was very clear indeed. Incubation remain a support that as we were involved in supporting our MSMEs. So I think, Ashlyn, you are covered in regard to that. We're going to move to Clifford. Clifford, I've unmuted you for the question for SEDFA. Let's move away from Clifford. Letitia Jacobs.
Good day. I would like to ask a question to Tiffany, if it's still okay. I just want to find out, I've been a supplier or service provider, not a supplier, service provider to Shoprite for the past 9 years, providing them with accommodation and transport. And I have reached out to the service development department within Shoprite if there isn't a program and for service providers, and that was a couple of years ago, and they said there's no assistance for service providers. But I want to know, because is there any way that you can help us? Then also the other question is that I've been providing my service to Shoprite for this long period, and then suddenly, out of the blue, when there was change in management, a lot of our work was taken away from us, and it was transferred to a company that is not BEE, whereas I am BEE, and our company has been providing this service for such a long period. How is it that you are, will you be able to support businesses like ours that provides a service and not a product?
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Letitia.
Letitia. Hi, Letitia.
Yes.
I think I can hear the frustration in your voice. So the Enterprise Development Program was only started a few years ago. We are about only 3 years old. So you would have not have benefited, as the program was only for newly onboarded SMMEs. Just from a retail perspective, goods that we are trading with in the store, The program was started to assist suppliers due to the fact that we were listing suppliers who particularly don't have the retail knowledge in our stores and setting them up in an environment where it is not conducive to sort of succeed or move on or excel. Right? So the enterprise
Julia, are
development
you in
program
there?
is for trading goods. In terms of your query and your
Yes, yes.
services,
Actually looking for a quotation for
Just a
some
second.
software licensing. So
Apologies, Tiffany. Please
no
proceed.
worries, Julian. Thank you. So I think you need to write an email. Send it to me. Please just pop your details in the chat. I'll get a hold of you. And then we can forward it on to the relevant department and see how they can assist you. I unfortunately cannot speak out to service providers. I'm part of the foods buying department. So we will manage it case by case, but in your instance, you are or you were a service provider, just send an email and then we can get in touch with someone from the management side who you've dealt with to see how we can assist you.
Thank you very much, Tiffany. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Letitia. All the best.
Thank you, Tiffany, for remaining on the platform as well. Thank
No
you.
worries.
Truly appreciate that. We're going to move now to Botali. Let's move to Sibulele. Sibulele is also
Hello.
not. Yes, Sibulele.
Hello, Tiffany. How are you today?
Hi, I'm well, thanks. And
Yes,
you?
he's on the platform.
Okay, listen, ma'am. I'm also in the farming space, currently producing eggs and chicken. So my question to you is, with regards to being able to supply Shoprite Group, currently I am ticking almost all of the boxes in terms of the requirements. So now the only challenge is that I do not have the capacity to produce maybe the quantities that would be required to supply Shoprite, right?
Okay.
Yes, and that for me would require maybe funding to be able to be in a position to produce the capacity that would be required. So now my question is that, is it possible for you guys maybe to have something in writing that is a confirmation that you are open to support, or you're open to me and my company being a supplier of your Shoprite Group, in terms of me being able to take that confirmation, written confirmation, because I've noticed that some of the funders require that you have a market, like something that confirms that when you get maybe the funding and be able to produce so and so, then you would have the
I'm with
market to
you.
supply. Yes,
I'm with
yes,
you.
yes,
You're referring to a letter of intent.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
So unfortunately, we as a business don't do letters of intent, specifically a letter of intent. However, if you are successful in your application, more than happy to write a letter from the department, our department, or from enterprise development's manager to say that we are onboarding you onto our SMME development program. And this has also worked for some of our other SMMEs who required confirmation of trade. So we do
Yes.
letters. We just don't specifically call it a letter of intent. But we do a motivation, a letter or email if funding is needed. You are looking at capacity. Remember in the presentation, SMMEs start really small, 2 to 5 stores. So capacity as a startup or a new listing vendor within the Shoprite Group is not necessarily an issue.
Okay. Okay. No, that's
Okay, so we'd need to trial the product first, see if there's momentum, and then we start to grow, and we do it at a good rate, or so that you can get accustomed to capacity. So you're not going to get volume from your first order.
all right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sibulela. Nomsa, are you ready with your question? See, Mpotaba, are you ready with your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, thank you very much. Sorry that I had a problem with the mic, but I managed to get another machine. I'm gonna start with Tiffany and then I'll go to Mr. Maruping. I just wanted to clarify on because on our site we're dealing with more, it is service providing in terms of printing and branding on the products for currently we're doing for smaller shops, plaza shops, and this the so-called Pakistan shops. Okay, so that when you have a special every month, we have this pamphlet or flyers. If you have a special for maybe like now we're having what you call it, the Black Friday is coming, you can have your product on those ones. That's for you, Tiffany. And then for you, Mr. Maruping, I just wanted assistance in terms of, because we have a list of suppliers that we have a record on, mostly schools and government institutions that we have printed T-shirts, hats, and even this one they're doing security with the police. We also print for them. So I wanted to know if maybe because we're outsourcing when we're printing bigger, big work, maybe like something like sometimes we print something like that will cost like 100 meters and upwards. So I wanted to know with you, Mr. Maruping, if maybe you can assist with the machinery because we already have a database of our customers and suppliers, and we have a record that we have done so and so jobs for different schools, police stations, and other government institutions. That's for Mr. Maruping in terms of funding or assisting us with the machinery. In fact, Mr. Maruping, we don't really need money on our site. We just need machinery. And then with Tiffany, I would just need to know if there is a platform for such services from our site. I thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for your question. In terms of printing of flyers, that is all done in-house. So unfortunately, at this point in time, I don't think we are able to assist with something like that. Our leaflets are generally not targeted at a small cluster of stores. It is for an entire region or for the entire country. So we do keep that part of what we do standardized. However, there were over 300 individuals or small businesses on this platform that I think you just pitched yourself to all of them. So there's a great opportunity. Maybe pop your details in the chat. You could perhaps help them with branding and flyers and leaflets for their business.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question.
You. Hello.
Yes,
Am I
and
still on the platform?
Yes. I'm about to meet a client in 5 minutes. I'll be leaving you. However, let me cover this. It was Mpone. Yes, we do have financial support. There are those call out that goes out once in a year, and those are grant funding. And then within us, under our lending and investment division, we do have funding. It's from the previous CIFA. So if you can maybe visit their website or visit a nearest branch from where you are, get an appointment with a business advisor. They would assist you with the process and then tell you what the requirements are. Or maybe you can start looking at visiting the website, checking the requirements, and then visiting the branch so that they can assist you with the application. So what's the catch here? The catch is that this funding is some sort of a blended funding, meaning part of the funding is a loan and small part of the funding is your grant. For a typical example, let me say you are looking for equipments that are worth 250,000. So what they will do is that they will take 100,000 as a grant and 150,000 as a loan. And a second example, if you are looking for 500,000, what they say is that the maximum grant value is only 100,000. And then if you are looking for 500,000, it would mean that 100,000 will be a grant and then 400,000 would be a loan. Our loans works like this. If it happens that we get approved, we charge a 5% interest on the loan, and then we also give you a 6 months, what do you call it, Siju? We give you a 6 months period.
Moratorium.
Yes, we give you a 6 months period before you repay your first installment. So that's how our funding works. I hope I answered you, my brother.
Yes, you
Thank you,
did. Thank you very
Khawela.
much. Thank
Yes,
you.
I think for just to add on what you said for Cover, you mentioned that you're in the branding space. I'd actually encourage you to also see if you can apply to be a service provider with any of the SEDFA branches, as to allow you to actually access a bigger market as well, because one of your market being your small enterprises that are on the platform. So as SEDFA, we assist those businesses with marketing, promotional material, and so forth. So if you are in that space, I'd also encourage you to register as a service provider so that you are able to access a bigger market through our pool of MSMEs that we are supporting. I'm going to move to Vuyi. Vuyi, are you ready with your question? I'm going to jump to Tuba Nosipo.
Hi.
Yes, Tuba.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, Tuba.
So I'm into cosmetics. I have registered my business, I think in September. I went to one of your branches here in Richards Bay. So they did give me brief information, even though I didn't get through with it. So I would like to know how to get the training, because my struggle is that if I apply for funding, they need the training certificate so that they can see whether I can manage the funds and stuff. So, and the testing process, I haven't done it, but my business is in motion now. I think it's been 5 months. So I would like to know how to get the trademark, the testing, and the labeling. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Khawela, are you still on the platform? Okay, I'm going to cover that for you. Tuba, you said you are in Richards
Bay in KZN.
Yes. So what I would like you to do is, if you can just visit the branch that's closer to you, and yes, one of, like I've mentioned, and Khawela's also emphasized on it, we will do an assessment. Although your business has been operating for 5 months, we still have to do an assessment on your business to determine where the gaps are and what intervention will be relevant in order for us to assist you grow the business. This ranges from training to ensuring that your product are also tested. So, but you can only get that support if you get in touch with a business advisor from your nearest branch in Richards Bay. Do visit the website. It has a list of where all the branches are, and it will give you a bit of more details with their contact details as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tuba. Gift Matopa. Okay, we're going to move to the Tabo. Gift, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. No, thanks a lot. It's gift from Mangaung. Just wanted to ask Sitfa with relevant to this one of Shoprite. Is it a duplicate or must we first start with Setfa before applying for Shoprite? That is my first question. Then the second question is, do you assist the NPOs or is only companies that do register? Because nowadays we have this thing called social entrepreneurs, which is us people who are developing communities and creating jobs in large scales. Thank you.
Thank you, Gift. I think I'm going to, with regard to the first part of your question, with regard to whether it will be a duplicate, you applying for the the Shoprite ESD program, or if you need to start with SETFA. I think we are the champions as SETFA of SME development. I would encourage you, though, to apply depending on where you are in terms of your business. You can directly apply with Shoprite. However, if you do want, allow our team to actually ensure that before you apply, you've got everything that is ready and that's needed by Shoprite. So it will also be encouraging to get you to be with SETFA first prior to you engaging Shoprite, so that we can fill those gaps that are missing with regard to Shoprite's requirement. I think that was the first part of your question. With regard to your second question, with regard to the NPOs and NPC, if they've got a social element or an entrepreneur element, we are able to assist. Although we are assisting profit-making businesses, there are those NPCs and NPOs that have an entrepreneurship element within them. So those ones we are able to assist. So do visit your nearest branch, which is Mangaung. They'll be able to guide you there with regard to the support. Let's move to Letabo Halalelo. Are you still there? We've got 5 more questions on the platform. Letabo. We're going to move to Tulani Sitole. Tulani, okay, and then David. Yes, Tulani is in. Please proceed, Tulani.
Hello, how are you, ma'am? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, my question is, can SIDFA assist for SMMEs that are in the technology space?
Thank you, Tulani. As a matter of fact, through our Youth Challenge Fund program, there is a program which gives up to 15 million loans for youth that are in the technology space, which we call them the Blue. That's where you are able to get up to 30% of that amount can go towards a grant. That's a Youth Challenge Fund. But apart from that, we are welcome. You know, the world is evolving and we're moving towards 4IR. So we are welcoming those MSME that are within the technology space. You can once again visit any of the SETFA branch so that they'll be able to assess your business and ensure that they give you the intervention that's relevant to your business. Thank you. Let's move to the next one. Percy, are you on the platform? We're going to move to Mfundo Qiniwe. I have unmuted your mics, so you'll be able to talk. Mfundo, you may proceed.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to everyone on the platform. I just wanted to ask from Tiffany, we are in the detergent space, right? So we currently supply Spar and a couple of independent stores with our products. So, but we haven't established a proper factory so far. we're utilizing space within a factory for, or well, a friend. So I just wanted to find, Tiffany, for a business like ours, what would be the entry point into Shoprite?
Hi, thank you so much for your question. I think the best thing for you to do is fill out the application form. To everyone that's still listening, I'm trying to respond to everyone's messages. I have popped in the chat our Shoprite Holdings website link. You can go onto the link. So in your case, please apply. The coordinator will reach out to you and set up a pre-screening interview. On the application, you'll need to upload all the relevant documentation. Once she has concluded a pre-screening interview, you would potentially have an interview with me for 30 minutes where I can find out more about your business and we can take it from there. So I'll need to have an actual meeting with you to determine if we do have capacity in listing your product, and have a look at the samples and discuss the product range that you have.
All right, thank you very much, Tiffany, and thank you to everyone on the platform.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to move to, let's see, was it Cassie that was speaking right now? Let's move to Charity.
Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for a very insightful session. My question is twofold. The first one is that my husband and I have been in the fish importation business since 2015, 2016, and we have our own retail shops, but would love the opportunity to be able to sell through Shoprite. It's tilapia fish frozen from fresh water. It's not the Chinese one, so the taste is by far of the highest quality. And I'm looking forward for an opportunity to have a discussion around that. The second question I have is in fact, I also run a business in building high performance teams, individuals using Lean Six Sigma for process optimization, as well as coaching leaders or upcoming managers, supervisors for high performance using psychometric testing. I know the focus has been more on product. I'm just wanting to know if this is something that would have a possibility of collaboration with Shoprite. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much for your question. Definitely apply. I'd obviously need a overview of more or less where your business is. So on the website, I have posted the link once again, everyone. You will be determined on what your annual turnover is. So if it is between 0 and 5 million, it falls within the SMME space. And then we've got two other thresholds. If you don't mind, everyone, I know there's a lot of questions. I just want to show you how to navigate on the website. Okay, so I've gone in. Can everyone see my screen? Just give a thumbs up if you can. Perfect. Okay. So if you go on to www.shopriteholdings.co.za, you will hover over the top ribbon. You'll go to the suppliers tab and you'll go all the way to become a supplier. So this is for each and every one of you, whether you're small, sorry, didn't go there. So you'll click there. And here is our application forms. There are 3 application forms: small supplier, turnover less than 5 million, medium supplier between 5 and 50 million, large supplier, turnover beyond 50 million. You will click the proceed button. Here are some a supplier video or success story that you can watch and you can have a read through. We just briefly touch on everything that I've went through in the slideshow presentation. So everything I've touched on in the presentation is from our website. So if you do need any information, this is the go-to place. I've spent several hours developing the information on the website so that you can be as well informed as you need to be. So here, these are the benefits. You can click apply now. Here we give you an overview of the application process that I've obviously showed you in the slides before. There is a small supplier toolkit that you can use. There is a support directory, a document checklist, what our supplier code of conduct looks like. I've also added on our frequently asked questions onto our website. So if any of these pertain to you, just click on the drop down. One example, do I qualify to become an SMME supplier even if I do not have a BE certificate? And the answer would be yes. An affidavit would be the alternative. Someone else mentioned in the chat there, what if I'm not VAT registered? You can still apply. So someone's actually said that they have applied before and then COVID struck and the holdup was them being VAT registered. You do not need to be VAT registered to become a supplier. Okay, so that's the link. You've got the application process. You can just click on it. It loads and you will be prompted to complete all your information for your business. Once it is completed, you will get a unique reference number. You may use that reference number when calling into our home office to follow up on your application. So to the question with the tilapia fish, decide in which category you fall and then obviously apply to become a supplier. At the moment, we have no way of separating suppliers, whether it is services, frozen goods, fresh goods. So you would all need to use the same application. You would obviously just indicate in the application what type of business do you currently supply. Okay, and then business type, you'll put in all your information. So for both businesses, you can apply on the portal.
Tiffany, this was indeed amazing. I think the participants are actually enjoying this demonstration as it shows them exactly how to get their application.
I'm glad, Julian. I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you so much. I think this was, can we please just give her a lot of hearts for this one? There we go.
Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Good.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Very good. I've got just two more questions on the platform. I think the last one that we looked at was Bitumelo. I think we've covered you. Buska Food. I've just allowed your mic, Buska Food. Apologies for that. Okay. We're going to move to the last one, Thomas Mutswening. Thomas, I've allowed you your mic. Please proceed. All right, I think Thomas has also challenges with the mic there. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I'm going to hand over to SEDFA Free State Operation Manager to just do a closing remark for us with regard to the workshop. Thank you so much. And over to you, Mebwijane.
Thank you, Julian, for this opportunity to thank Shoprite for such an insightful and impactful program. And also want to thank everyone who has stayed on the platform, even way beyond the time that we had allocated. On behalf of the SEDFA management, the SEDFA staff, the Shoprite Group, we would like to thank Tiffany for really taking her time to explain the process of Shoprite, how to become a vendor, the opportunities, the application process, and even navigating the Shoprite website. This was quite insightful indeed. Thank you so much for the time that you've taken to respond to the questions, even on the platform. I know our SMMEs are really grateful for this opportunity. I also want to thank Hello. I think he's gone already for his meeting, for outlining the SETFA interventions and the support that you can get, your marketing, your branding, barcoding, labeling, your product testing, and even the funding support that you can get from our lending and investment division. Thank you so much, Hello, if you're still on the platform, for the time you've taken to really outline these processes. And finally, let me also thank our MC, Julian. Thank you for running this program, your professionalism, your energy, and, you've handled this program so seamlessly. And you've ensured that we keep the pace and you really maximized our learning, because even when Hello presented, you still gave our participants more information on our SETFA programs. We're really grateful for the way in which you really made this session interesting. In closing, I just want to thank our SMMEs, our entrepreneurs. Guys, you've heard what Shoprite has to offer. We've heard their commitment to empowering our entrepreneurs. Now the responsibility, it lies with us. Let us take this information that was shared today, the vendor process, the growth and the support, and their commitment to sourcing and, our SMMEs to be part of their programs. Use this information, share it with others, use it to even fuel your next stage of development. Let us embrace these high standards of quality and consistency that are required in order for us to thrive in this partnership with Shoprite. Thank you once again, the Shoprite Group, Tiffany, Ndate Maruping, Julian, and let me not forget Tenji, our marketing specialist, Tenji Mbashem Gluli, our marketing specialist, and her team for arranging such an informative and impactful session. We live here not just with information, but with renewed inspiration and a clearer direction. Thank you so much, colleagues. Thank you everyone for being here. Please look out for our next webinar next week. It will be with Pick and Pay. Please register on time, because these sessions become now fully subscribed and people could not enter because of the high demand of these programs. So yeah, next week we'll be having Pick and Pay. And also remember to visit our branches and our access points for further support. Thank you for your participation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mebwiji. Indeed, next week we are back again on Tuesday for the Pick and Pay. And I'm really encouraging you, like Mebwiji has mentioned, to register on time so that the information gets to you as well. Thank you, Mebwiji, and thank you to everybody. Goodbye.